You're now listening to the Hardly Heroes podcast. What's a podcast?
We already did a sound check, so we're good.
Sound check.
Yeah. Okay, let's watch this shit.
Hold on. Are you recording? All right.
Of course I am. Damn it. We just spoke about that shit.
Making sure, son. Jesus, so angry.
Hey, are you recording?
What trailer is this?
What do you think?
This is Logan.
It's the little girl trailer.
The new Logan.
She's putting on glasses. That's good.
She kind of looks like a Jenna. What's her name?
You know you gotta pay for that, right?
The Jenner. The last Jenner.
Oh, yeah.
No, not the Kendall.
Oh, shit.
Not okay.
He's a good guardian, is what it is.
Are you going to teach your daughter to do that?
I hope, like tackle somebody if she's stealing Pringles?
So the X-Men fan. Maybe a quarter of it happened,
You like that?
and not like this.
What?
Comic books?
Comic
Yeah.
Die.
It's very meta.
It is. I love it.
Talk about it, Logan. Just stop.
Oh.
Be careful.
So, this is some stuff we've seen.
Walk her up. Go get her.
So special about this girl.
What do you think? She's a badass.
She's his clone.
Yeah. But a girl.
No. No.
She looks
No.
pretty savage.
Oh, she's got her claws out. I didn't see that. Oh,
dear.
Oh. She's gonna be the one who makes the best Wolverine.
God,
Yeah, no shit.
I hope so.
Much like you.
It's pretty good.
I am not whatever it is you think I am.
Yes, you are.
She needs our help.
You know, it's whatever.
Come on. Someone has come along.
I love it. It's
Yeah,
This is what life looks like. People who love each other. A home.
I like that it's a smaller cast.
Yeah, it's definitely.
You
way
should take a
smaller.
moment. Feel it.
Oh, just brawling.
Oh.
Still have time.
Oh dear, I love.
I don't know.
I don't think it did that much for me.
Yeah, I'm
It
not
didn't-
like blown away
It
by
didn't
it.
show me anything that the I felt better about the first one because
Yeah,
it
me
shows
too.
you less and it.
Yeah, it made me more excited for it because I feel like this one is trying to show me too much of like what I don't know. I have a hard time with movies where a little girl, it looks like the girl is going to be the lead in this movie.
Yeah.
And that makes me nervous.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited.
I mean, I'm no more excited for it than when I saw the first one.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I saw anything that did like I knew what she was gonna have. She's gonna have the claws. I
Sure.
Well, we all
know
knew
her-
that.
Yeah. All right, let's watch the one that actually matters.
Yeah. This one.
you like how we were saying Power Rangers actually matters?
So we're doing live
does.
reactions to these
yeah.
Yeah.
trailers if nobody knew.
Even though I'm the only one who's seen them, so it's.
All right, let's see this.
okay.
Okay, this is the one I'm waiting for.
Is this the new one?
know each other.
Yeah. Right?
Oh dear,
We're all
Yeah.
screw-ups.
I like
But
it.
somehow,
Uh-oh.
we were all in the same place at the same time when Billy found those coins.
See, it's like cheesy but awesome at the same time.
Oh, Billy.
Check out how we glow.
Billy. Swimming
Oh
in
shit!
some
See,
water.
that's what happens when you pee in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the colors.
You're yellow. No, I just took a piss.
Yeah, I just peed. I'm sorry.
Do you feel weird?
So there's a lot of stuff we've already seen.
Those rocks gave me
But I think we're
abs.
gonna see some stuff that we didn't.
A little bit.
The answer to what is happening to you.
Who's that voice?
Bill
Oh,
Clinton.
is that Mr. Cranston? Oh,
Oh shit.
Power Rangers.
That looks pretty cool.
Say we're Power Rangers?
Is this some kind of joke? We're talking to a wall.
I was kind of expecting a little more.
oh dear.
So where were you last night?
Is that some Kanye?
And 4 kids
You're
found a
darn
spaceship
right.
buried underground. I'm pretty sure I'm a superhero.
Pee in that cup.
Oh shit.
Oh, I like it. So,
Okay.
I think it works for 20 years later.
You were born for this.
I will destroy you.
Okay.
Whoa.
got some green shit on her face.
Scary Rita.
She is pure evil.
That looked okay. That looked pretty good.
How do you expect us to stop her?
What were the Mudmen called? I don't remember.
Putties.
There it is. That makes sense.
Their outfits look dope.
Pretty
They
good.
look cool. That looked cool.
Yeah.
Goldar right there.
I feel like we're just gonna be waiting for them to get into their
Suit.
costumes.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be- I bet like
Goldar is hella big.
he turned. Look at
Huge.
that. That's him. Yeah.
Oh, because they all turn big.
And there's the
towards
Zords.
halfway.
It's your time.
Wait for it. Transformers. And there's Megazord right there.
I don't know.
No, nothing.
Damn. I think I'm a little disappointed with both of those.
Am I the only one that's excited for both of these trailers?
I don't.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. I like them.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes podcast. I'm your host, Buddy.
I'm Manny.
And I'm Aaron.
All right, guys.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Stretchy?
A little loose and limber.
Loosey goosey.
It's getting busy at work, so it's gonna get very stressful very soon.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh man.
What does that even mean?
Can I have a quick thing about last week's
Oh dear.
episode?
What was
Sure.
it? Oh, I have something too, I think.
So
Go ahead.
my
I'll just sit back.
yeah,
this is
my
great.
brother was talking to me. He corrected me about Gran Turismo. Too. He said he got to 98%, finished the whole career mode.
Oh dear.
The only thing he didn't finish is there's a second part to the game in like the arcade mode that you have to unlock.
Oh, okay.
That he didn't do. But what he told me is he had the same car you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
There it is.
And his method he would rubber band the X button down, the gas, and then he would get it on the wall and
That's
leave it
funny.
as an endurance race, do
Oh,
stuff around
man.
the house or go get something to eat, come
yeah.
back.
Damage is
and
off.
win
It
the
doesn't
race.
matter.
Yeah, and he would win
Yeah.
the race and then be done. But I thought that was so funny. He's like, that's how I would make money to buy all these cars.
That's a lot smarter than just trying to
Wow.
fall asleep with your finger on the X
I
button.
never even thought of rubber banding the controller.
Yeah, but he would
That's
only do
hilarious.
it on the round track
Yeah,
to make the money. But I
Right.
thought that was funny, so
Makes
I
a
told
whole
him I
lot-
would bring it up.
Makes a whole lot of sense.
So that's something I wanted to bring from last episode.
Before we start, look, I'm just gonna get it out of the way.
Yes, get it out of the way.
get it out of the
please.
way, I like it.
So, what's today? Today, according to my Apple Watch Series 2, is January 19th, 2007. I just
Teen.
Did I say 7?
Yes.
You're about 10 years behind, buddy.
17.
Wrong guy.
Hey,
Sorry.
maybe you need to get that
2000.
Apple Watch updated
No,
because
see,
it's
it
telling
doesn't-
you the wrong year.
doesn't
You know
say-
you're wearing it upside down?
Doesn't
Yeah.
say the year. Doesn't say the year. Just says 19. So, anyways, January 19th, 2007. I'm gonna keep going with it. I don't
We're
care.
coming to you from the past.
I wanted to wish you guys a good memory day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something you really need.
Yeah,
that is something you
Yeah,
need quite a bit.
tell my-
Desperately.
tell my doctor that. Also, get to know your customer day. Really good. You guys really get to know your customers
daily.
I know. National Popcorn Day. Go to Les Schwab, get some popcorn. Don't get any tire shit done. Just get some popcorn.
Why Les Schwab?
Because they give
They
away free
always-
popcorn.
they always have
I've
free
never been to Les Schwab. I would never know.
There you go. You get free popcorn when you go.
Awesome.
New Friend Day.
Anybody make a new friend today?
No new friends.
No, I don't. I got
Like
old-
Drake says, no new friends.
No new.
Oh dear. And also, it's Good Memory Day. Just want to wish you guys a good memory
You
day.
already said good memory. Day.
Get it?
Yeah.
That was funny. That was all. That's all I got.
Made it funny.
That's all I got.
I wanted to mention something real quick before we got into this. We were talking about the Powerless show last episode as well, and I read just recently that they actually switched the plot up. That the plot that you originally described to us, that it was an insurance company, was the original idea for the plot, and they changed it.
What is it?
It's the R&D. It's Wayne Enterprise Research and Development, and how he gets his like dumb cousin to run the thing. That's the guy who played K2SO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy from Firefly, right?
Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
So I just wanted to say that because we mentioned it last week. So
I never got an updated synopsis of this show. I guess.
Damn those guys.
Sorry.
Okay. So I wanted to tell you guys a story.
Oh, dear.
Buddy has brought up etiquette quite a bit on the show.
At the golf course, at the movie theater, in his bathroom.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, there are certain rules, unsaid rules in society that we should all live to.
Rules of the road.
And I'm sorry that us, the Hardly Heroes have to be the one to tell you about these rules, but, I'll do what I got to do.
Yeah,
it's true.
We got to keep people in check.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is my story.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I go bowling this weekend, and
as you do,
to go use my go try out my new bowling ball.
Nice.
I got my new bowling ball from my sister for Christmas. Got it drilled. Went out this weekend and bowled for the first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey-o.
But I was not invited.
It was a Sunday morning or something like that.
Look, I always like to get drilled on Sunday mornings. Come on, let's do this.
I like to get drilled every day.
Hey-o.
So we're bowling. We're through the first game, and the second game starts. And the person next to us, the lane was empty to the left of us. Somebody takes the lane. Somebody just comes in.
It happens.
It's a couple. They're foreign, possibly Russian or
what
Ukrainian.
What time Sunday morning are we talking about here?
Actually, it wasn't that early. It actually ended up being like around noon.
Okay.
Okay, so we're middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, middle of the afternoon. So, the couple that comes up, they're either Russian or Ukrainian, and they don't seem to really know bowling a whole lot. So, they come up and they're kind of searching through our balls, the balls that we have chosen and put on the thingy thing.
Already, it's not starting out good.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds really
so
bad.
she's gonna, and I have, I'm kicking it with John and Danielle.
And Robin?
And Robin, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Robin's not there.
Yeah, she's there. Nah. So Danielle takes the initiative to go up there and say, hey, those are the balls we grabbed. Those balls up on the back wall, those are up for grabs. You guys can grab those.
And then they go, Das vidanya.
Something like that.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Something Russian.
It means I understand.
Yeah, there you
go. So she just this chick ends up starting to get the ball, goes and grabs a ball. She bowls, and then she goes and grabs another ball, and then she bowls, and then she goes and grabs another ball. She thinks that you're supposed to do that every time. So then the balls are starting to collect on the rack, and we're like, what the fuck do we do? Like, and then we're just like trying to split them up, and then Danielle had to go back and tell her that again, like, you don't have to grab a ball every time. We're just telling you that you don't grab our balls.
You're joking, right?
I am not joking, man. And I was like, oh my God.
Is this a bit? No. I've never, and I was huge into bowling for a long time.
Me
and I
too.
still love to bowl. But I've never, ever heard of anybody doing this.
So this chick is sitting there bowling with like 50 fucking balls now in our rack. So
give or take.
We had just learned at that moment that there's a second rack on the bottom, right? We didn't know that. We're like, oh shit, well, let's just start throwing them in there so we don't have to, bug her about it. And we finally told her, don't keep grabbing balls.
Please.
And meantime, her boyfriend is just sitting there like just in his phone, like not paying attention to a goddamn thing.
Hold on. So she's the only one bowling at this moment?
He's bowling too, but he bowls, goes back to the table, and just is on his phone.
Right on his phone.
Yeah, on Facebook or some shit.
I got it.
And so I go up to bowl.
As you do.
I'm up. Nobody's up in the lanes next to me. So I'm getting ready to. And sure enough, this bitch comes walking up.
No.
And just bowls.
Oh, fuck no.
And I turn around, I'm like, oh my God, that fucking irritates me.
Here's the thing. I was in a league back when I was like 10 years old.
Oh,
literally the first rule they teach you.
Wait, how heavy was your ball?
When I was 10?
Yeah.
Probably like 10 pounds.
Continue, please.
Anyways.
well, hold on. Go with your story, and then I have something to mention.
Anyways, that's like the first thing they teach you is if somebody's even stepping up to the lane,
boom,
you don't go. You just wait. Like, I remember that rule.
That's like the first rule. That's pretty much if you just abide by that one rule, you'll make it through bowling. Like, with other players.
If there was rules of Fight Club bowling, that would be before don't talk about Fight Club bowling.
Yeah.
Is wait for your turn.
Yeah.
But that's what's hard about the noobs, the people that don't bowl.
Yeah.
They just don't understand, and that's why when I used to be in doing leagues and stuff like that, the people at the bowling alley I guess I was there all the time, so they knew that they would give us a lane or two buffer from the noobs.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand, and then if you really get into league, you ask them to set you up league style where you jump back from 2 lanes. So one lane to the next.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because you're not always on the same lane, you always are on 2 different lanes.
Oh, okay.
Because the lanes change. Oil.
Sure.
Yeah.
But now let's get back to this. So now, how heavy is your bowling ball, Manny?
Like, why are you making fun of my 10-year-old 10-pound bowling ball?
I'm not making fun of it.
No, you were about to make fun of it.
Buddy is taking this opportunity to make fun of me.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay.
So
this is a burn.
Okay. Well, okay.
Okay. So
See how he's like
I got my
treading
ball.
water?
I took it into a place off of Greenback.
Yeah, tell us this whole story about getting a drill, because
And,
I'm very excited
I
about
walk
this.
in there and somebody's already in there. There's only 2 people. I'm one of them. And this older guy comes in. He goes, he's talking to the guy before me. What kind of ball do you want? He goes, I'm kind of looking for this one right here.
A bowling ball?
He's like, well, that's a 10-pound ball. He's like, we only recommend that 10-year-olds play bowl with those. And he's like, well, I bowl this way. I bowl with just my fingers, no thumb. I like it light. I've tried other stuff. I really like a 10-pound. So he makes him feel really bad. And he buys the ball anyways.
As
and they
you
help him.
should. You don't
And then
bowl
I walk
with
up.
no thumb, you goddamn idiot.
And,
Thank you.
And I said, me being next, I go, I need to drill my ball. He pulls out my ball. And
I pull down my pants.
Another guy is helping me. And he looks at me with the weirdest fucking look.
I love it.
And he's like, did you get a 10-pound ball?
I love it. Hold on. Let me just set the tone with this. Let me just set the tone. So Manny knows that I bowl, right?
Yes.
He knew he was gonna get a ass chewing for this one. Manny, I think he killed Aaron. He pulled off his headphones. He's bright red.
Oh dear.
So
I'm good.
Manny talks to me and he's like, "Hey, I know you were into bowling. Why do you have to, or what size bowling ball do you usually get?" And I was like, "Oh, about 15."
It makes sense.
And he was like, "Well, no, why?" He's like, "I want to get a 10-pound ball." And I'm like, "No, you just don't do that." And he's like, "I don't get it. That's what I want." I said, "Only kids." I'm like, "Even women roll like a 12."
Sure.
And he was like, "But that's not what I want." I said, "Manny, that is like an unspoken rule."
No. That's just not what you see. When I do like an 8 or a 10-pound ball, it's when I'm messing around and I literally can't put like more than like the first line of my fingers.
That depends on the way it's drilled, not the way it.
That is true.
If you just get because I don't have anybody that has an 8-pound or a 10-pound bowling ball in my life that'll fit my big fingers as an adult. So, you take an 8 or a 10-pound ball and you go off to the side if you're left-handed and you swing it real hard and you make it spin because it's really light, and that's what you do. But you don't use it in like your own time.
So now get back to this story.
I'm sorry.
No, because I still want to like pull more out of this story. Now, what kind of look are we talking about? Are we talking about like a disappointed father look, or like
it was just kind of like, stop being a little bitch.
You're a goddamn idiot.
Not an idiot. It has nothing to do with intelligence.
No, I just think it's not.
Because if that's the case, then I would be way more smarter than you because I could probably lift more than you, right? But that's not the case, so we're not.
Burn.
It's nothing new. It's not
I
something I don't know.
Manny's getting a little defensive about. But why I wanted to ask that question is now that it is drilled in, they didn't say anything. Did they try to upsell you?
No, actually, I was at that point. I told him, I'm a casual bowler. I've bowled with other balls. I'm very comfortable with a 10. I didn't want to tell him that I've actually bowled with an 8-pound ball, but
that I did not know.
So after I was like, okay, he's gonna try to he's gonna say, well, you want to trade? I'll give you a heavier ball if you want to give me this ball and you pay the difference or whatever. Because they sold that same ball, even though I didn't get it from there.
Sure.
So he didn't say that. So I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna stick with this. And after that, he was fine. He kind of just left it alone. And he actually told me, he asked me how I bowled, and I said I usually bowl just straight down the line. And he was kind of showing me ways to start kind of putting a spin to it and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. That's what I thought, is that I thought that's why you had a lighter ball, is because you put a spin on it. That's exactly why. Are you right or left-handed?
Left.
Now I really don't understand.
I'm lefty.
I know.
I'm a hard person to understand. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sorry, keep going.
So he was okay after that, and he kind of showed me some stuff, and he goes, this is your first ball, so I kind of get it, but, it's like you're going to want to move into a 14-pound ball at least. And I was like, all right, well, eventually, we'll see, I've had this thing for 3 weeks, and I bowled one time. So.
Yeah, there you go. Well.
I'm glad this got to go out onto the podcast, because I was very excited about talking about, because I am very into bowling. I actually do want to start a Hardly Heroes team.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be a lot of fun, because I enjoy bowling. But, maybe we can get Manny into a heavier ball.
Yeah. I got a 10 or 8 pound ball in my pants, so it's
elephantitis.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oof.
It's rough.
Yeah,
But no, that is pretty cool. So how'd you end up bowling?
I love the ball. I was scared that I wasn't going to like it because it wasn't the same ones that I just grab off the rack and I'm comfortable with. So I was like, all right, let's check this out. But I felt really comfortable with it. I'm excited to go back.
Wait a minute. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So you use an 8 or a 10 pound ball at the bowling alley?
Yeah, 10.
Off the rack.
Off the rack.
That fits your fingers?
Yeah.
What?
Well,
the
he
only
has very
time
skinny and nimble fingers.
There is a 10-pound ball with holes like really large, and then
oh my gosh, I just must be going to the wrong bowling alley.
Where are you going?
I don't know, Country Club Lanes.
Oh, I think like King's Skate or something.
That's not a bowling alley. That's a skating rink.
Oh, I thought maybe Galt.
Like,
it was all the same thing.
It's not Galt. I don't live in Galt.
Have you ever seen the movie Kingpin?
Yes.
Yes.
That's more of like the bowling alleys Aaron goes to, where his dad sets up the pins. Aaron, pin now.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
See, exactly.
It all makes sense to
me.
me.
I'm glad you brought that up. No, I was very big into bowling. The two things that I've learned that were the best things in bowling that I learned. First, you never go if somebody's up, even looking like they're about to go.
Yeah.
Number two, if a guy is rocking a certain amount of strikes, 4 and above, you don't talk to him. You shut your mouth and you wait until he has an open frame.
I can dig it. Unless he talks to you.
Yes, that's different.
I haven't run into that because I don't even know anybody
blah blah
who's
blah
gotten
superstitions blah blah blah.
When I rolled a 300 December 1st.
Bloody fucking da.
Yeah, thank you. 2011.
Sure.
Never forget it.
8:30 at 1 p.m.
Florin Road Bowling Alley, which is closed now. AMF on Florin Road and 24th. I'll never forget. I was hanging out with the guys I bowl with, and I was going. Had a bunch of strikes. Then it gets into the 10th frame, and the motherfucker looks at me, the guy I was with, and he was like, "Are you gonna do this?" And I'm like, "Shut your mouth and don't say anything." And I'll never forget. My hand started to shake because this is a big deal. I was like, "Dude, I'm potentially gonna get a perfect game." So I'm going. My hand is shaking, and I'm just like, "Dude, just calm down. You got this." And I throw down. This is the first shot in the 10th frame.
Sure.
So I'd have 2 more after this.
First at 3.
So I'm going, and I just hit it, and
dear.
the 10 pin's like barely wobbling, and I'm like, no, like it's over, and then it just falls, and I'm like, this is it. I locked in, and then got 2 more strikes, but I got my perfect game, went ape shit. But
did you get a ring?
No, it wasn't in league. It was in practice.
Did somebody witness this?
Oh yes.
Who? Somebody I know.
Somebody you know, somebody I could have called that I know, and I have the sheet from that day.
Oh,
okay,
hello.
Right. Yeah, it
I'll
was one
bring
of
it
those
in.
ones you had to write in.
Yeah, you couldn't edit that at all.
No, like they printed it off the thing.
I was like, damn, I didn't even know they did that in our lifetime.
That's good.
No, that's funny. My mom talks about that. She used to work at a bowling alley, and she would talk about how she'd have to keep score, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like in Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Mark it 0!
Oh, dear.
Over the line! Sorry. All right.
It's okay.
Let's get into the meat of this show. Thank you for bringing up
awesome.
an etiquette. I love that segment of the show. Listeners, if you do like that, write in and maybe have your own etiquette thing that you would like us to talk about.
I love it. I still haven't had a good etiquette topic, but you guys are doing good.
It's because of his memory.
What memory?
It's Good Memory Day.
Yeah. Good Memory Day.
Yeah, you're right. It is Good Memory Day. I looked at my paper and it says that. I didn't realize. Oh, dear.
All right. So the first thing we have on here is I was looking through the internet, and
that's a big thing to look through.
It's a big one. Yeah. It's like just a
whole
big
I wish I could
cavern.
step into the internet.
Just one step, or walk around
like
for a
walk
bit.
around.
Okay.
Almost like window shopping. You're like, I don't want to go into that porn site
no
today.
porn.
I'm gonna go over here.
Let's go to the deep web, the dark web. Oh, no. I'm out. Get me out of here.
So many black dicks. Many black dicks.
A lot of contagious things in there.
Yeah, it's true.
You feel dirty afterwards.
Yeah, it's bad. Trust me.
Go on. Sorry, man.
Okay, so I read there was an article from GameSpot talking about a canceled Darth Maul video game.
Yeah.
It would have taken place during his his whole life. It goes from the story would start when he's between 9 and 11 years old, and would go all the way up until right before episode 1.
Sure.
And it was going to show how he became a Sith and all that good stuff. So with a canceled game like that, how do you guys feel about that?
All I keep thinking of is like a Grand Theft Auto type of, or like a Sims type of game where like you're just Darth Maul and you're like cooking breakfast, going to the bathroom.
Is that what they said it was?
No, that's just in my mind. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm bent that this got canceled, but I wonder if it's because of, episode 1 is looked upon as harsh and nobody really likes it, but he is one of the best villains. Obviously Darth Vader is amazing, but besides Darth Vader, who else would you put above him?
Sure. He's good, and he has, even from the animated series, he has a really rich backstory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And think about the cool moves you could have done.
Oh, yeah. That would have been dope.
With him. I mean, it would have been so cool. And just the combo moves you could have done with him and having the double lightsaber. And, maybe you first getting it, and how that all came about would have been awesome.
Well, the pictures looked really good. They showed images of the game. It looked like it was going to be badass. But I started thinking about it, and I was like, what Star Wars game would you say was successful? It was good.
The only thing, it could only be as good as The Force Unleashed. The Force.
But that wasn't even that good.
I thought it was good.
Well,
Not the
I heard
second
it was
one.
kind of,
The first one was good.
It was okay, but it didn't get that good of reviews. They did have a second one, but you've got we're playing we've played Battlefront, and that's kind of lacking, right?
Battlefront.
Yeah, I had that, and I played it for a little bit, and now I play it maybe once a week for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. What sucks about Battlefront is there's no story mode. I almost wish you would start out, I don't know, like 18 as a,
whatever you wanted, like a Jedi or
a Jedi, not even that, as coming in, and you can pick your avenue of you want to go to the dark side, so you have choices,
sure, and
you can either make bad choices that you become into the dark side or become a great Jedi, and more of like a career mode.
They have an old game a long time ago, like PlayStation or Xbox, was Knights of the Old Republic, which was very similar to what you're talking about.
Really good. But it was more of an RPG, and it was very good.
The only thing that bugged me is, yes, it was an RPG, so that
it stopped every time you had to make a move.
Fighting was more of like turn-based, I think. Yeah, and that kind of bugged me. But it was very similar to what you're saying, is that you are a character and you become a Jedi, and whether you go the Jedi path or the Sith path, it's up to you. And that actually, the game Mass Effect that I talked about in our last top 5 evolved from that. So that's kind of why I was saying, if you like Star Wars and you kind of think about the idea, strip it down and build it back up, you get Mass Effect.
Yeah. And even with because they had Knights of the Old Republic, and they had Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yep.
And now they have The Old Republic, which is an
MMO.
Yeah. and it's not bad. It's not the best thing ever, but
I've never played that one.
Because aren't they coming out with another Star Wars, and it's gonna have a story mode?
Yeah, they've talked about. A lot of people have complained about there being no story mode or campaign on Battlefront, and that they're going to include it in the next game. But whether they make it like, if it's probably going to be like a 4-hour campaign, and then they're gonna. Yeah.
Well, that's how if it's a campaign and it's single player, unless you're Elder Scrolls or Fallout.
Yeah.
You're about 5 to 6 hours at most.
Halo always gives you a good campaign.
Sure.
Halo always does. And they give you a good multiplayer. It's like they give... why can't we get both? Why can't we get it all?
Just doesn't happen.
I just want it all.
It's just hard because Battlefront, the actual like graphics and the maps are so cool. But it's just...
It's beautiful. It is a beautiful game. You feel like you're in that universe. It is amazing, but it just lacks on any depth. There's no depth to the game.
No. It's just, I played it a couple of times. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's all I got for that.
Also, I found out.
Oh yeah,
in
you
the
were
same week,
about
maybe a few weeks before, but there was also a Flash game that was canceled too, which I was kind of bummed about as well. It was an open world Flash game, so you're the Flash and you're just speeding through the town.
That's kind of weird.
Almost kind of like Batman.
That was risky. Yeah, I guess.
Not as dark. I've seen the
Well, of
screenshots.
course,
but and it looks like Grand Theft Auto, but you don't need any cars. But yeah, you're just a Flash running around doing missions, I guess, and it looks cool. But yeah, it was just another canceled game, and I wonder, because we don't hear about these canceled games unless they're a bigger title like The Flash or Star Wars, and I think that's a lot of games we just don't hear about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, yeah, think about that with movies. Think about how many ideas and stuff that they've come up with that there's like...
I've heard they have, from the 90s,
Superman.
they have a whole Fantastic Four, like really bad.
Yeah.
They have a documentary coming out about it. They have a finished Fantastic Four movies from the 90s, never released. Just was never released.
I think I remember seeing photos
it
of it.
looks horrible. But yeah, it was finished and everything. It just never got released.
I still wish that Nicolas Cage Superman.
The Tim Burton Superman.
I wonder what that would have been like.
I don't know. I mean, that would have been during Tim Burton's better days.
And
Did you see that suit though?
That suit was nuts.
And
I've never
at
seen
that time,
anything like that.
Nick Cage has always said he's always wanted to play Superman. His whole life, he's always wanted to play Superman.
Yep.
It's not like he was not enthused about it. He wanted to do this. So I'm sure he would have given it his all.
Look like Superman.
Not at all.
No.
He's way
not
too
even
ugly for
in
Superman.
that costume where they showed it. I'm like, no.
His hairline is receding.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is if you're trying to be Superman.
Yeah, that suit was weird.
It was, but
it looked cool.
It looked cool-ish.
Well, your homeboy over there was going to write the script, right? Or at least he wrote one.
Yeah, he wrote the script,
Kevin
and Tim
Smith.
Burton was like, no, I want something weirder.
Yeah.
And it was weird. I watched the documentary. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I saw it.
And they wanted to fight this big, evil tarantula spider thing. Yeah. And
that's how Wild Wild West.
Yeah, and there was the same guy, and he turned it into Wild Wild West.
That was a horrible movie.
That one too.
Wild Wild West.
It had potential. Like that idea could have been really good, but they just didn't execute it well.
Kevin Kline, really charismatic, and so is Will Smith, but it just didn't work.
Great actors, a good concept, but they just didn't pull it off. It was just unfortunate.
It was so bad.
I am waiting for somebody to put out a good steampunk movie. Like, why don't we get why has nobody touched on steampunk? Is it like taboo? Because
thought of it like
steampunk people are like really hardcore about steampunk. Like, it's like it's got to be an exact,
like goth people in the 90s.
Sure, vampire people in the 2000s.
Those aren't as cool as the goth people in the 90s.
They were just fake goth people.
So yeah, it's true. It's like emo people, except emo people are goth people that won't burn you in the eye with a cigarette.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
that's all I got.
Now I'm starting to think about SLC Punk. That makes me want to go watch it.
I haven't seen that one in a long time.
That's a great movie.
I think I have it actually.
Oh, hello. Let's look.
Robin,
did you know they made a second one?
What?
Yeah, it probably wasn't good, right?
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's on Netflix. I saw SLC Punk. I'm like 2, and it's about the guy that died.
Yeah, the guy at the end.
Yeah, it's about his son. so bad.
All right.
So bad.
No.
What if I told you I've never seen the first one?
What?
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've heard you
Movie's
talk about it my whole
awesome.
life.
Oh man, movie's
Never seen it.
Great movie.
I'd let you borrow it, but you wouldn't watch it.
No.
And then you would just forget to bring it back.
I brought the other movie back.
Yeah, it
because I
only
texted
took
you
you
last
2
night.
months.
Hey, by the way, it's Good Memory Day today.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man.
All right. The other thing I have on the list.
Is that it's Good Memory Day?
No,
Good Memory Day.
no. That was yesterday.
Yeah. Has that happened already?
I don't know.
James Cameron is coming out with his own documentary about
Documentary series.
Oh, it's a series. Yeah, because it's going to be on AMC.
Yeah.
So it's
great
docu-series.
Let's talk here. I love James Cameron.
I don't.
He is amazing. What?
No.
At all? You don't like anything? Like,
I mean,
what he
Titanic
does?
was fine. Titanic was good.
Titanic, out of Terminator.
Okay, Terminator was good.
Out of
The Abyss?
You didn't like Avatar. You didn't like
okay,
Abyss.
Abyss was fine. Avatar was horrible.
What?
I hate Avatar.
I don't understand why people don't like Avatar.
Because it doesn't look as good as everybody says.
it
What?
looks fucking amazing.
Doesn't look as
What were
wonderful
you
as
watching it on?
I'm just letting you know. I don't, and I liked Ferngully the first time.
And I like Dances with Wolves, and I still watched it.
And it blue people with tails don't interest me. They just don't.
It's not that.
So you can't watch a movie with Nightcrawler ever.
No, he's like one of the best X-Men.
Oh, okay.
really
Well,
is.
he
Bamf!
has a tail and he's
Bamf,
blue.
bamf. I'm just gonna go over here. Bamf.
Bamf.
Does he
That's
really
what he
make
does.
that-
He goes bamf.
Those
and he-
words show up in the cloud of smoke.
Yeah, he goes
Bamf.
bamf, and then he can appear in somebody's body and blow them up.
Yeah, but
That's interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
those,
That's why he's the coolest one.
I don't get how you don't like The Abyss. I love
No, I
that.
like The
He
Abyss.
said
It's fine.
Avatar.
Oh yeah, Avatar was
A
great.
lot of people hate Avatar. I don't know why, but it may be because it's just a big budget, over the top blockbuster that did great, and people hate on stuff like that.
But see,
I
that's
like
what
Star
bugs
Wars.
me is that he had all these plans and he keeps adding to them, but he doesn't come out with them. How long though did that movie come out?
It's quite a while ago.
Yeah, like 2005,
Yeah.
2006 maybe.
So I think we're gonna get the rest of them back to back to back.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I've got a little bit actually on that. He's telling us that we're gonna get Avatar 2 December 21st, 2018,
Oh, hello.
and he's working on technology that is glasses free 3D.
Working on doesn't mean it's finished.
Hey,
see,
we can thank him for THX.
I know.
Yes.
Whatever.
No, not THX. I'm sorry. IMAX. The
Yeah.
IMAX cameras.
Okay.
but that's what I'm saying. Is he does take a long time for his stuff, but he is very revolutionary and always trying to find that next big thing.
But here's the thing about this thing that we're talking about right now. Every documentary series he's done has been horrible and or boring.
What other one?
The Titanic one.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It is so boring and so dumb and so self-aggrandizing. Like he's just patting himself on the back.
I could see that. Okay, so I read a little bit about this, and it's going to have people like Ridley Scott, who
Sure.
also likes to pat himself
He
on the
does
back quite a bit.
but I like his movies, so it's okay.
See how he gives passes to people he likes.
Alien.
It's like,
First of all, let's
Alien is
hold
another
on.
James
Before
Cameron.
we go
oh,
on,
man, Alien is amazing.
before we go on, we all know I'm a hypocrite, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it doesn't
of course.
like I'm gonna say something's okay for one person and not the other.
I know. We just like to pick on you because of it.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, keep going. I'm sorry. That was rude.
No, so they're going to be talking about the evolution of science fiction and
Which
how
just in the title I don't like.
James Cameron's story of science fiction.
Okay,
you don't
first
like
of
it
all,
because it says James
zombies
Cameron.
aren't science fiction. They're not. Like Star Wars in science fiction. It's some or Star Trek is science fiction.
Why are you
It's-
saying zombies? Why? Where
zombies isn't it's
said
going to
that?
have The Walking Dead is going to be part of it.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it is. It's
Okay.
on AMC.
Well, science fiction. It was a virus that was created in a lab.
No.
Scientifically,
No, it cannot happen.
no.
Zombieism cannot happen. That's the point.
Yeah, until it does.
No, it can't happen.
Why can't it happen?
It just can't.
Explain to
Have
our
you seen
listeners.
people in Kentucky? They look like zombies. I I don't really know. I just pulled that out of my ass. I don't know. Any
Pulled
from
an Aaron.
Kentucky.
You just kind of
Sorry to
Pulled
our,
something out of the
all our
nether.
Kentucky listeners.
There's like 10.
Look, they just got the internet, okay?
one.
They're listening to us, like as of last week. Sorry. Keep going. No,
So
I'm
you
sorry.
lost your train of
yeah,
thought.
sorry, I fucked with you.
We're
I'm sorry.
asking why zombies
It just
can't
can't
happen.
It just literally can't. Okay, I don't know why. It just can't. I've heard scientists. I'm not a
You
scientist.
sound like those people. You can't make something that flies in the air. You just can't.
Yeah, Orville, stop it. Just knock it off with your flying cars.
Wasn't that what you and Ryan were
I
for?
can't believe you brought that up. Yes, me and my cousin Ryan were Orville and Wilbur Wright in elementary school.
Was that 5th grade?
4th or 5th.
Yeah.
How did you even remember that?
I just remembered.
I don't remember who was who.
You said it. It brought up memories.
What are
That's
you guys
super
talking
funny.
about?
We had a project and we had to dress up like a historic figure, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it was, but my cousin Ryan and I dressed up and we're
Aaron
in
Burr?
not Aaron Burr.
Okay, go ahead.
Orville and Wilbur Wright.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think I dressed up as like George Washington.
Of course you did. George Washington wasn't Italian. He was English.
I know, but I don't know why I got stuck with them. But
Okay.
well, Orville wasn't a balding Yugoslavian.
How do you know? I did the project.
Was he? No, he wasn't.
There were no Mexicans in politics back then, so who the fuck am I?
That's true. You're nobody.
I'm the help.
Yeah.
Wash my sheets, boy.
Yes, I'm asset.
Yes, man. We are way off the rails today.
We went from James Cameron to zombies
I know, we're
to
all over
Orville
the
and
place.
Wilbur Wright to The Help. All right.
That's all I got.
I can dig it.
Can you? No. All right. Back on James Cameron.
Oh, okay.
Do you think this is something you're gonna watch?
I probably will watch it. Yes, because I like this stuff. I like that back. I like to hear about how the creative process and how they came to that point and how they were influenced. Because a lot of times it blows my mind what they say. It's like, I didn't even think about that, or I didn't even think that's how it could work out, or how you can come to that conclusion. Whatever. It's just I really find that stuff to be entertaining.
Yeah.
What I like most about him is I feel he is always trying to push the envelope to make it better. And the only other person I feel that's out there that's kind of like that is
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yes, and Christopher Nolan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I feel out of that, because James Cameron used to be my favorite, but Christopher Nolan I feel is pushing the envelope with everything. I mean, he changed superhero movies as we know it.
Oh, sure.
I mean, nobody was doing what he was doing until, he came out with Batman. And
Yeah, that's
Inception blew my mind.
Sure.
I always talk about that movie, but I bet you I'll watch this because I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I don't think I'm going to watch every one. Like, I'm sure I'll watch the zombie one, and I'm going to watch... I can't remember. Who are the other directors that are going to be... Like, they're going to be talking about more than... Yeah. So, 21 A Space Odyssey, I want to see that one.
Yeah,
I know they're going to be talking about...
that was the only thing they mentioned, but they mentioned some other people that I didn't really recognize their name.
Yeah.
But people that they were influenced by, so I didn't write them down.
What I'm afraid of is... I think it's going to be a roundtable discussion with all these directors and creators.
I think so, yeah.
And I think it's just going to be a lot of like patting. Like, I'm not just saying this because I don't like James Cameron. I think it's going to be a lot of patting on the back of like,
that will be
don't
boring.
be surprised if you see James Cameron and then like Robert Kirkman and all these other people just like, oh yeah, you're the best. No. You're the best. No. Oh my God, you're the best.
It might be a little bit like that, but I'm not going to expect that James Cameron, this creative person that puts these masterpieces together, to just sit there and talk about himself. He will. They are. I'm sure they're going to pat each other on the back and whatever. But there's going to be some interesting stuff in there.
I'm excited for the non-3D.
Do you know how he came up with Terminator? That was a dream he had during while he was sick and he was having like a fever, and he had a nightmare of some robot. A machine chasing after him with red eyes.
Oh dear!
And he came out of that dream and he wrote that shit down.
Talked to his therapist,
That's
and then it
fucking
all
crazy.
went away.
That's badass.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, look, I have a Nintendo 3DS. I know it's possible. Right now, the technology that we see in a 3DS isn't great, and it hurts my eyes, and it gives me a migraine. But it works.
Sounds fun. Thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah, right. But it's right around the corner. So we'll see. Yeah.
All right.
So
I pulled up the emails, and we've got iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an email from who?
I see a couple of them.
Wait, really? What are the emails, Manny? I only saw one, but maybe there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Yes, I got it.
Did we read this, guys?
Who?
Yeah, we did, right?
Who's what? Yeah.
Aaron,
Aaron
That's
Kirkham.
the one who. Yeah. Oh,
Kirkham.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only one we have is this is the email. You guys want to? Who's reading the email? Hey, don't you want to read this email?
Sure, I'll read the email.
Yeah, I think you should read the email.
Okay, I'll read the email. I got it right here. I don't need to see your fucking iPad.
All right. I just had it up already.
Damn.
This one.
Why do you have 2 pens?
Don't ask questions like that, because I
got
knew
a backup pen.
He's like, writing with both hands.
I knew. No, I can't do that. I can only write with my left hand. Everybody knows this. So I haven't pre-read this, so I might stumble. This one's titled "Video Games." And by the way, who's reading the iTunes reviews? Because we got 2.
I'll pull up. I'm gonna read one, and you read one. See, there's one for everything. There's one for everybody.
There's one for everything. Okay, so this is from. Let's say it's from Schiavo.
Skiovo.
No, it's Schiavo. I know it's Schiavo. It's a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm just gonna say it. Blah blah blah. Okay, it's titled "Video Games." Goes, love the show. I have listened to every episode since day 1.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm sure he can tell you that it got a lot better after episode 6.
I'm glad we can only hear from episode 17 on iTunes.
Has he left an
Why?
iTunes review?
Because we can only do 20 at a time, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found that out the other
interesting.
day. I looked on
Learn
iTunes.
something new every day. I didn't
So
know.
you can't go back to episode 1 anymore.
Not on iTunes. On Podbean, maybe. Not on iTunes.
I
Anyways,
know that.
so let me start over. Love the show. Have listened to every episode since day 1. Wow. Anyway, sorry. The only thing I would like is if you guys did more video game based shows like reviews, news, and top 5s. Technically, we've only done really one show.
Yeah.
Plus this show we talked about the games, but we haven't done much, which I understand. Blah blah blah. News, reviews, and top 5. Would love to be on and help for video game news and topics. Probably not. And other than that, love the show. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know this guy. It's my friend Jeremy, and he really has been listening since day 1, and one of my oldest friends. So
that's cool.
Jeremy, I know Jeremy.
Yeah, from elementary school. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say his last name, but
I'll say his last.
That's cool. I'm glad you've been listening for that long.
Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate the email. So
here's the thing that we can't do video games because we have very little time on our hands. Well,
Sure.
at least, Buddy and I.
Whatever.
And we can barely play video games as a recreation right now.
Oh, yeah.
Much less get on them and then review them and talk about them. We would never.
I don't have money to review these games.
Yeah.
man, I would love to hear some stories that Jeremy has of young Aaron when he was younger.
Whoa.
Aaron hasn't had a guest on. We've both had our own guests.
You guys have your own friends. You
Well,
bring
yeah,
on.
but I bring my friend on. We won't name who, but he's somebody's biggest fan now.
Well,
yeah.
you know, look, I have to have one fan,
We
okay?
don't talk about that guy anymore.
Oh dear.
We don't bring up his name, Black Goat.
Look, if some company, Gamefly, wants to sponsor us, I would love to get a sponsorship and play
That
video
would be
games all day.
awesome. I would talk about games all day.
That would
Sponsored by Gamefly.
Hardly Games would be the new title of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, Hey, please.
That's the other podcast. We're gonna start all these podcasts
Hardly
under
Games.
Hardly. Yeah.
Hardly Sad Dad.
Hardly Alive.
I think that's already a show.
That's The Walking Dead.
No, Still Alive.
No,
Or
it's gonna Hardly. It's gotta say Hardly at the beginning.
all right, whatever.
Hardly Sadness and Rice.
He just gave in so easily.
I know. That's what I do. Story in my butthole.
Okay, we got 2 reviews, and I want to read Happy Heart.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
So
Happy Heart.
you're gonna read Howdy.
Yeah.
Howdy do.
Do you want to go first?
That's fine.
Okay.
So, Howdy
Duty.
Gave us 5 stars.
Hello.
It says, if you like movies, TV shows, comics, laughing, or combination of any of those things, or any of those items.
Sounds about right.
Then this is the podcast for you. Like others have said, these guys have great chemistry together, and I look forward to listening to them every week.
Well, that's a great review.
And then at the very end it says, A.A. Ron.
Not me. Swear to God.
Well, he also has Jorge as his name.
Not totally. My name is not George.
Jorge.
Do you know Jorge?
I do not know a George.
So
I don't know Jorge.
Is Jorge is not Spanish for Aaron?
No, Jorge is Spanish for George. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Look, I took 2 years of conversational Spanish in high school because I failed out of the first year. And pretty sure Jorge is not George.
Hey, that's
not Aaron.
almost as bad as what I did. I went to Mexico, and that was the only reason I passed, because I brought back all this stuff from Mexico, and I was like,
wow.
gave it to my Spanish teacher, and she was like, well, I guess I'll give you an A. I was like, I, submerged myself into the culture.
Some merch or submerged?
Submerged.
He was sleeping with the teacher.
Well,
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, all right?
Come on.
Okay, here's the next review. Woo! It's titled Happy Heart, and it's 5 stars from Sidekick Fangirl.
Hello.
Girls listen to us.
At least one.
At
least one.
Girl.
Sidekick Fangirl.
It's Manny's mom.
Pretty close, but not quite.
Oh, dear.
I am not a laugh out loud kind of gal. Maybe it is my mom. She's calling herself gal.
Oh, see, there you go.
But I get my laugh on every time I listen to you guys. You each have a uniquely hilarious point of view that makes me smile, while also shaking my head in disbelief, disgust, and confusion.
Sounds about right.
I look forward to a new show each week, and you never disappoint. Go team.
You're welcome.
Go team.
Go team. Okay, yeah.
Was that it? That was the whole
we
thing?
have a girl listener, though.
We have a girl listener.
Un girl.
You think it's Manny's mom?
No, we've got more girls. We've got
all of our significant others.
And all our fam.
Your sister wrote in. Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister doesn't listen, but that's okay.
Your mom listens.
No, she doesn't. Aaron, tree, now. That's my mom. She doesn't listen. Hashtag like 10 episodes ago. By the way, it's Good Memory Day, guys, so keep it up.
I had a quick story.
Yes, please tell us.
I went to Shields.
Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
It's Shields.
Shields.
No D.
Shields.
Take the D off.
I know,
Shields.
but I like Shields better.
It sounds better.
Sorry,
like Shields.
Buddy likes the D.
He loves the
loves
D.
the
D.
D.
I love my own D. What can I say?
His own D. He loves Shields D too.
Yeah. Hey,
he has a nice D. What can I say?
So I went and visited.
It's a big D.
My
uppercase D. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I'm done. You went and visited your ...
I went and visited my uncle in Nevada, and on the way back, I stopped in to, what would you call this place, Manny?
Shields.
Thank you.
There it is. Almost with a Z at the end. Shields.
It is humongous in this place. They have a Ferris wheel.
What is this place?
You've never been there?
It's the biggest outdoor sporting goods store. When it was built, I heard, this side of the Mississippi.
Oh, really?
That's what I was told when it was built. But obviously, that was 6 years ago.
Sure.
But you go in there, they got a Ferris wheel. They got this huge mountain with all these animals that are, what do they call that?
Fake?
Yeah, but they're stuffed. What do they call it?
Taxidermy.
Yeah, taxidermy.
Yeah, they've got a big hill in the middle of the mall. It looks like a little mall, like a mini mall.
Real hill?
Like a hill.
Sorry, real hill?
And they have
That's
all
hard
these
to say.
taxidermy animals all over it.
That's a
There's
little creepy.
A Ferris wheel. You said a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
The aquarium. There's this like archway that you walk through. It's an aquarium that you're actually walking through.
Yeah, one's saltwater and the other one is freshwater fish.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so one's saltwater fish, one's freshwater, but it's like, what do you think? 1/2-inch acrylic?
Oh, maybe probably 1 or 2 inches. It's pretty thick.
It's huge. It's the coolest place. But Michelle and I went, and we hung out in there for like an hour and a half just walking
Just
around.
looking at shit.
But like you can pick up guns. Like you don't even have to go behind the counter. You just pick one up and you're like looking.
There is
come on! Pew pew!
there is like 1,000 of one type of gun there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you could
dear.
you have like 100 shotguns to choose from. You're like, damn, and that's just one type of gun.
It's insane how much stuff they have. They have kayaks. They have a fucking plane in there, like hanging
they got
from
it
the
strapped up.
ceiling.
Like an actual plane?
Yeah, and then they have. Oh my god! So I had to buy one.
Oh dear. Did you have
What'd
to?
you buy?
I bought a Yeti cup.
You got one of those.
Dude,
That's
that
funny.
is the dopest cup ever.
That's funny. I saw. I've seen one of those before.
Yeah, so I finally got one of those, but it was a awesome store, and I wish we had one closer because I could spend all day in there.
Oh, sure.
Probably within the first year that I met Buddy, we were both working together.
Sterling.
Yeah, I call him Sterling outside of this podcast. So
You can call him Sterling. I can call him Buddy. You can call him Sterling. He won't get confused. I'll just forget.
I just want to make sure that he knows who I'm talking to.
All right.
Okay, yes, go on with the story.
Okay, all right. So we're working, and we have this install that we have to do for our work.
Oh, like Windows 95 or something?
Exactly. In Utah, though. So it's probably an
No,
earlier
no,
version.
no.
Windows 98.
That was the craziest install I think I've almost ever been on.
It was, the trip was. It
Yes.
wasn't so much the actual install, but we
all in the same car together?
24-hour trip to Utah.
No. We left. We worked all day from 7
Yes.
or like 6:30 till 10 o'clock at night. Then we packed up the truck, stayed at his house, woke up at 5 in the morning.
Yep. And left to Utah.
Left, drove to Utah.
Got there about 7.
Got there. No, we ate. We had dinner and we were about an hour out. And we called the lady and she's like, "No, you have to do the install tonight." Drove straight to the install. Did the install till about 2 in the morning.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
and
2 or
then
3.
my family lived in Utah, so I was
Sure.
like, "Hey, how about I go visit
hi.
my family?" And so
Not
Manny's
on work
like,
time, you're not.
Okay, no problem, dude. That's cool. And come to find out, I had the wrong address.
So it's now 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Manny is fucking
Oh, dear.
livid at me. And
Now
so
you have to understand that I have to meet with the client at 8:30 in the morning
Totally
to
makes
go
sense.
over the whole job and have it approved. And like, you guys did a good job, and you can leave now.
So
Yes.
he drops me off at the. I finally get the right address
There
at
you go.
5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, "Hey, I'll see you. I'll talk to you in a little bit." So I literally about to lay down to fall asleep. I maybe lay down for about 20 minutes. My brother works nights,
Graveyard, yeah.
and he
Gets
comes home and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I did not tell him I was in town. So I wake up, hang out with him. Manny calls me at 7:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock, and he's like, "I want to go home." And I'm
It was-
like,
Yeah, no, okay. So I met with the lady at 8:30.
Yeah.
And then when I was done with her by 9, I was like, "All right, are you ready to go?" And you were like, "Yeah, I guess." And
so he drives back to my brother's, picks me up, and we
Okay.
drive all the way back.
yeah.
To Sacramento.
Yeah, I
Sacramento.
didn't. I maybe slept 10 minutes. So what I thought was funny is I'm like, well, it's cool. I'll just sleep in the truck,
It makes
and Manny
sense.
will drive. Manny looks at me and he's like,
You drive.
"Bro, you can't go to sleep or I'll fall asleep." So I'm just like, "All right, let's do this."
I only had an hour, really.
No, it makes sense. I
Yeah.
understand.
So we start jamming out to music, and we're going through 80, and we come to Reno. And I'm like, "Hey, man, we should go
stop
to
by
this
Shields."
store."
Yeah.
And we went in there. We were there probably, a half hour?
Yeah, but with nothing, we had no money, so we
had-
didn't spend any
we
money.
were broke, but I just wanted to show him the store. But then we drove all the way back here, and I'll never forget, we got back here, and John and Danielle were at the house, and they were like partying. They were like drinking.
Yeah.
Because we got back at what? 5?
It was 4 or 5. It was pretty early, and then they ended up passing out before I did that night.
Yeah, but they were like, "Hey, you want to party?" And I just looked
You
at
were
them
like,
like,
"No."
hell no, I'm going home. But I was up for like a day and a half.
Hey,
almost 2 days.
Manny, I didn't see this whole going to Utah story on the outline.
It's improv, man.
The
It's called
weirdest.
Improv, what you've always wanted to do.
Well, yeah, but hey, did I tell you guys it's Good Memory Day?
improv. A couple of times.
All right. Where can they find us, Manny?
They could find us on Facebook and Instagram at Hardly Heroes.
Really?
And Twitter at Hardly Heroes.
1.
And they can email us at hardlyheroes@gmail.com.
Yay!
I did have one more thing. We didn't do it this week, but we did do it last week. We did throw the show onto YouTube. You can find us on our YouTube channel at Hardly Heroes.
Search for the channel Hardly Heroes.
Yeah, hit subscribe. We will be putting up more videos soon.
Yeah.
So, check it out. Tell us what you think.
Check it out.
All right.
Wow. That's it. That's
Autobots roll out.
All right. Decepticons, yo.
Roll out.
No. You guys have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.